You have to be willing to spend time alone to discover your purpose and to understand the process of becoming into who you are. You know, a lot of people have issues and can't communicate because one person is on a different time level than the other person. You talk about, experience. You talk about wisdom and knowledge. You can't expect someone to understand a human being that's 20 years older than 30 years older than will have an 11-year-old son. You know, he talks to me and he doesn't quite understand me because I have that experience of 30 years or 40 years, on top of him that comes along with over a period of time that acorn develops into a oak tree. Okay, so let's talk about discovering your purpose, and actually let's talk about time alone and how important actually time alone is. Time alone makes you see, first of all, who God is. Second of all, it lets you see who you are, and the third thing, it lets you see what will fit you, what will fit in your life. You need time alone to discover these things. And some people fight being alone. They fight being alone. They fight being single. They don't enjoy it. They just invite anybody over. You invite people over you don't even like. Just come on over, girl. Come on over. Let's just hang out because you're afraid of being alone and you're avoid of thinking. Time alone is important. Time alone gives you, first of all, God discovery. You begin to understand who God is. You cannot understand who God is in a crowd. And Jacob was left alone with God, and God called Abraham alone, and Moses went to the backside of the mountain and was alone. It's always when you're alone when God reveals himself. God didn't show himself to the Virgin Mary while she was in the crowd shopping with her girlfriends. When the angel showed up and said, Mary, you're favored amongst women, you're going to have Jesus. She was by herself. Whenever anything significantly happens to you in a spiritual capacity, it happens when you are alone. Can God get you by yourself? Or is your life so cluttered with people and things that you're chasing and objects that sometimes people put on you, but sometimes you put it on yourself because you're fighting from being alone. And now you got a crowd and now you don't know who God is. Number two, you don't know who you are. Okay? In order to have self-discovery, you have to have privacy. You need moments of reflection. Christians don't use this term too much, but I like this term, meditation. Not levitation, meditation. There's a difference. I used to always spend time by myself, visualizing, thinking, simple meditation. Just a calm, quiet place of reflection.
It starts from your thoughts. The only thing you can really control in this world is your thoughts. You can't control the weather. You can't control your health. As much as you might eat healthy, you could get hit by a car tomorrow. You can't control other people. You're gonna save a lot of time, a lot of energy in this world. Stop trying to control other people. Okay, you can only control your thoughts. You actually can't really control your habits firsthand. If you can't control your thoughts, you can't control your character. You can't control the way people perceive you. You can't even control your own destiny if you can't control your own thoughts. Now let me give you this analogy. Absolutely everything that I've done with my life, that you've done with your life, is all based on your thoughts. The thought is, I want to get fit. Okay, hey, I want to get into the gym. That's exciting. Versus getting fit, that would be cool, but that's going to be a lot of work. That's going to be exhausting. Right there. The thought that comes into your mind, the way you talk to yourself, is going to be your next step. Thoughts, words, those words will turn into actions. So that same thought of getting fit, telling myself, hey, that's exciting. I want to see what I can do with myself. Boom. That's the action that I'm going to take, is getting in the gym. Deciding to get into the car, get a gym membership, and go to the gym. The same thought. It was the same thought of getting fit. Now, if I talk to myself, said, hey, that's scary. Hey, that's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be hard. You know what the next action to follow is? It's going to be nothing, bro. It's going to be the same sitting on the couch, same watching TV, same playing video games. It's the same thought now. The thought of getting fit, saying, hey, that's exciting. I want to get in shape, going to the gym. Now that action becomes a habit. going to the gym consistently now. Maybe you're going for a year, 2 years. You know what that habit turns you into? Turns you into a certain character. The character of a guy who goes to the gym has the habits of going to the gym. That's his character. That character has a destiny. The character of the guy who goes to the gym, his destiny is to be in great shape. His character is to be healthy, confident, respected by others around him. Now that same guy who decided, hey, I don't want to go to the gym, he built the habits of staying home. He built the habits of jerking off, scrolling all day, living a non-fulfilled life, staying in his comfort zone, and probably judging himself because, well, you should, bro. If everyone else around you has something you don't, it's because they're doing something you're not willing to do. Now that same guy, guess what character he is? Lazy, probably an alcoholic, probably a gambler. What is the destiny of that guy? It's exactly what his character is. So you see how you're only going to have a certain destiny based on your character. You're only going to be a certain character based on your habits. You're only going to have certain habits based on your actions. You're only going to take certain actions based on the words you talk to your thoughts on, how you talk to yourself. Now you might be saying, Evan, you know, how do I control the thoughts that come into my mind? Control your environment. Maximize your environment, because your environment will create you. Ontological design. You have the choice. We all have the same choice to control our thoughts, whether you think it or not. You have to start controlling your environment. You have to start breathing, bro. Taking full, deeper breaths. Because when you're not taking deep breaths, when you're taking shallow breaths, you're anxious. You're not relaxed. You're not centered, bro. You're not truly yourself. Release the tension, bro. Right now, watching this video, dude, roll your shoulders back, maybe take a deep breath, and actually see how much you can fill up your lungs. Just let it out. Dude, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. You need to be focusing on having better thoughts. Most importantly, talking to yourself about those thoughts in a positive manner. Don't let it scare you. Don't let it hold you back from taking that chance on yourself. You can do it. You just have to start talking to yourself about these thoughts differently. Don't let them intimidate you. Don't believe that you can't change. Don't believe that you're depressed. Don't believe that you're clinically, you cannot be helped. The moment that you believe in a disease that you can't be helped by, bro, how are you ever going to get in better shape? How are you ever going to take that step? I think you should embrace hard work.